us how we can form question sentences. All right,
All right.
using the simple present tense. So you just give me a moment. I'm going to send you the link. All right.
Okay.
I sent you the link. Have you seen it?
Oh, yes. Let me open that here. Just a second.
All right. When it's open, you let me know.
Okay. Yes, grammar. Do
Is it
you?
open?
Yes, now it is.
All right. So we have grammar questions in the simple present tense.
Yeah.
All right. Lesson objective. After this lesson, you will be able to ask people if they do anything regularly. All right. Remember, when we were looking at the simple present tense, when we were looking at the rules or when to use them, we said one of the uses of the simple present tense is to talk about those things that we do regularly or maybe things we do on a daily basis. All right. Good. So the objective of this lesson is we're going to learn how to form question sentences in the simple present tense. And at the end of the lesson, you would be able to use such sentences to ask people what they do regularly or what they can do. Okay?
Yes, okay.
Good. All right, we have exercise one sentence practice. Can you please read the sentences?
Yes, I can. Okay, let's go. Exercise 1. Sentence practice. Do you see the stars? Do they speak Chinese? Does he
Good.
swim?
Good.
Does she listen to jazz?
Does she listen? She, not he.
Does she listen to jazz? Does he live in
Jazz.
Japan? Jazz.
Good. All right. Does he live in Japan?
Does he live in Japan?
Okay, now we go. All right, now we go into the grammar focus, and we're going to be looking at how to form questions in English, in the present simple. And what our focus is going to be on yes/no questions. When we talk about yes/no questions are simply the basic questions we ask people. Okay, common type of questions we ask people. Those questions that require people to answer yes or no to them. Okay, otherwise known as close-ended questions. Because with yes/no questions, they just require you to give the person a yes or a no. Right? Because in English we have three types of questions. There are those questions we call yes/no questions or close-ended questions. We have open-ended questions. Okay, open-ended questions, which are those questions that we ask using the question words like what, when, where, how, which allow for a person not just to answer yes or no, but to answer with elaboration, okay, to give further details or further explanations. All right,
Yeah.
good. And okay, yeah, that's it. And then we have the third type of questions, which are those questions we refer to as tag questions or question tags. All right.
Yeah.
We're going to look at all of that. But for now, our focus is looking at the yes-no questions, how to form yes-no questions in the simple present tense, okay?
Yes, okay.
Good. Now, you may remember how to form yes-no questions with the verb be. With the verb be, to form a yes-no question with the verb be in the simple present, you simply switch the position of the verb and the subject. For example, if you have a sentence like, you are Japanese, and you want to form a question, the verb there is are, and it is a form of the verb be in the simple present. So if you want to form a question with that, you're going to switch the position of the subject and the verb to form the question. That is, the subject is you, the verb is are. So if we want to form a question, we simply switch the positions of the subject and the verb. That is, you takes the place of are takes the place of you. So it becomes, are you Japanese? Now that's the question. And it should end with a question mark. Okay?
Yeah.
Good. Now, to form yes no questions with verbs that are not the verb be or verbs other than the verb be, we usually put the helping verb do at the beginning of the sentence. Okay?
Yeah.
We use the helping verb do. We put it at the beginning of the sentence. So once we put the helping verb do at the beginning of the sentence, it automatically changes that sentence to a question sentence. And it should end with a question mark. For example, if we have a sentence like, I know you, if we want to form a question with that, the verb there is know, and it is not a form of the verb be. It is an action verb. So with such a verb, we have to use the helping verb do to form a question sentence, and we have to place it at the beginning of the sentence. That is before the subject. All right.
Right.
So I know you. Question sentence becomes, do I know you? And if you notice, you would discover that the intonation changes. The intonation or the pronunciation or the stress pattern changes. I know you. Do I know you? And it ends with a question mark. You live here. Do you live here? We eat dinner late. Do we eat dinner late? They speak Italian. Do they speak Italian? All right.
Right.
Good. And now for the third person singular, he, she, it. Remember, we said that in the simple present tense, the verb only changes its form in the third person singular. So just like the verb changes its form in the third person singular to agree with the subject, here the helping verb do changes to does. Okay, the helping verb do changes to does, and the main verb remains in its base form without the s. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So for the third person singular, he, she, it, the helping verb do becomes does to agree with the subject. And we put does at the beginning of a sentence and use the main verb in its basic form without the s. For example, he knows French. The verb knows with an s because it's third person singular to agree with the subject. But now question sentence becomes, does he know French? We remove the s. Another example, she eats meat. Does she eat meat? All right.
Yeah.
The next one, it often rains here. Does it often rain here? Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
good. And to respond yes or no to these questions, you respond yes, I do, or yes, they do, or yes, we do, or yes,
She does.
he does.
He does.
He does.
Yes. He does.
Okay, it's not do, it does. The pronunciation is different.
Yeah. She does.
All right, excellent. All right. Okay, and if we have to answer no, it means that we are going to be using the negative form of the sentence, that which we are going to see. No, he does not. Yes, he does not. And so on. We are going to look at that, how to form negative sentences in the simple present. That's the next thing we are going to look at after this. But our focus for now is on the question sentences, all right?
Yeah. All right.
Good. Now, tip. Remember that the helping verb do changes to does in the third person, and the main verb stays in the basic form, so don't add an s to the main verb. For example, does he knows French is wrong. Why? Because we are using the helping verb do in the third person singular, and yet we're still adding and we still add s to the main verb, which is not supposed to be the case. Okay.
Okay. Fidel?
All right. Any questions?
No, at the moment, no. It's okay.
No questions.
No questions. It's a little bit loud in there. Some.
Oh, sorry. I am at my uh, sister and the husband's, and I am seated outside. That's why there's some construction work going
Oh,
on around here. That's why you get the noise.
oh, I see. I get it. Okay, let's go. Exercise two.
Yes, sentence practice, dialogue practice. Just a moment.
Okay, dialogue practice.
All right. So we have exercise two, dialogue practice. Read the dialogue aloud with your teacher. We have Nathan and Hyung Woo. I am going to read as Nathan and you read as Hyung Woo, okay?
Okay, Hyun Who. I'm Chinese.
Japanese and not Chinese.
Oh, Japanese. Okay,
Okay, just a moment.
okay.
All right, let's go. Do you cook?
Yes, I do.
The next question is
Do.
do they play baseball?
Yes, they do.
Okay. Oh, just a moment.
Okay.
All right. Do you drink coffee?
A lot. Yes, I do.
Now you gave your own answer based on what you do every day. You weren't answering the question again. Oh my goodness.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Does he write letters?
Yes, he does.
Okay. Does she read books?
Yes, she does.
All right, excellent. Now we go to exercise 3, fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks to complete the sentences. Question number 1.
Okay. Uh, you know the Muffin Man? Do you know the Muffin Man?
Very good. Number 2.
Does she know the Muffin Man?
Mm-hmm.
3. Do they know the Muffin Man? 4. Do you like milk? 5.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Number
like
4. Can
milk?
you repeat number 4? The question number 4. What's your answer again?
Do you like milk?
Okay, good. The next one.
Number 5. Do they like milk?
Good. The next.
The last one. Does he like milk?
Good.
Letter B.
All right. Now we have exercise for sentence building. Make questions out of these sentences. Example, he often swims. Does he often swim? Now you have the sentences. You know Peter. You live in the Philippines. He plays with toys. She speaks Chinese. They look at their dictionaries and you run for exercise.
Okay.
Let's go.
Do you know Peter?
Good.
Do you live in the Philippines?
Very good. The next one.
Does he play with toys?
Good. Excellent.
Does she speaks Chinese?
All right. That's a trap for you. You said that she speaks Chinese. You used the correct question word, or you put the verb or the helping verb do in the correct form, but you made a mistake because you maintained the s in the verb
Oh,
at
does
the end of
she
the verb.
speak Chinese? I
Very
get it.
good.
Oh my goodness.
Excellent.
That's a trap.
All right. The next one.
Yes. Do they look at the dictionaries?
Very good. And the last one.
Do you run for exercise?
Very good. Excellent. That's great. Nice. All right. Do you have any questions as concerns that? If there are no questions,